beside me is the first ever SUV EV from Honda, the 2024 Honda Prologue. Now this isn't a first drive, it's just here we're taking a look at it and in it and through it. So we'll go through things on the inside as far as cargo space and seat comfort. It's not powered on, so we can't show you the screens unfortunately, but I will talk about them later on in the review. And we'll just take a look overall and see what Honda's done as far as design goes inside and out in their first ever EV, the 2024 Honda Prologue. Honda can be seen as being late to the EV party, and Honda says they're right on time. Let's call it fashionably late. So what did Honda's Prologue wear to the party down on Electric Avenue? Well, they've opted for the first ever all-electric SUV to be a similar size to the Honda Passport SUV in what they're calling a neo-rugged design. And I don't really see the rugged side of it, but I digress. It's significantly larger than the popular CR-V by about 200 millimeters in length and 125 millimeters in width, but it's not quite as big as their Honda Pilot. Wheelbase is 3,094 millimeters, which Honda says is best in class. It's the first factory Honda to roll on massive 21-inch wheels, complete with aerodynamic rims to increase efficiency along all three trims, the EX, EXL, and the top trim Touring. A potential drawback of these 21-inch wheels is that there's an increased weight, which can lead to reduced range, citing the good old power-to-weight ratio. There are horizontal shaped LED day runners and rear lights, a clean, minimalistic design motif throughout, and it follows the brand's new less is more design language. Interestingly, they've ditched the H logo on the tailgate and instead spelled out the word Honda, in a move that Honda Canada says was meticulously scrutinized in finding the precise font and size. I think it's a good look, and it's the way a lot of manufacturers are going now. The door handles are not flush, instead they're the traditional pull style, and there is keyless entry, eliminating the fumbling through your pocket/purse for a key fob exercise. The steeply raked windshield and large rear spoiler increase aerodynamics, and overall, Honda's played it safe here on the exterior compared to some of the other eclectic electric SUVs. Inside, starting with the rear, there's 714 liters of cargo space with the rear seats up, and more than doubles to 1,634 liters with the rear seats down. Plus, there's an extra 23 liters of lower storage, places you can keep your charging cable and other small items. It's a real smart way to make the most of limited space here in the Honda Prologue. The rear seats feature a 60/40 split and are really easy to fold down with a release button at the tops of the seat backs, and once collapsed, it's a nearly fold flat scenario. A power tailgate with hands-free access is standard on the EXL and Touring, and while not set up in this display model, there is an available retractable tonneau cover for privacy. Quick note that there is a tire fill kit as opposed to a spare tire to save weight. The rear seat backs recline in two different positions, so you get a little bit of extra comfort there, and the available panoramic sunroof brightens up the dark colored interior, especially for those rear passengers. There are two USB-C ports to help with connectivity in those rear seats, and unfortunately there are no heated rear seats and no rear HVAC controls. Honda has gone tech heavy up front, starting with a standard 11-inch digital instrument cluster. Positive side is you can see nearly 100% of the screen through the hole in the top of the steering wheel. The miss here for me is that there is no hood on it to block any of the glare. Think what Hyundai, Genesis, and Kia have done. The infotainment screen, complete with a physical volume knob, thank you Honda, is 11.3 inches and boasts standard Google built-in, wireless CarPlay, and wireless Android Auto. And things get topped off here with a standard wireless phone charger. Like some other EVs, there's a fair size pass-through storage where the drivetrain usually is. Very handy, very convenient. And to create additional space, the gear selector is now a stalk on the right side of the steering wheel, similar to what Mercedes-Benz does. This results in the left stalk handling turn signal and windshield wiper duties. It looks a little complicated, but it's fairly easy to operate. There are three different seating materials. The EX trim, which is the base, gets cloth. The EXL, which is the middle, gets leather. And the top trim Touring features perforated leather with heated and cooled functionality. A quick note, heated seats are standard across all three trims. If you've been in or have seen any of Honda's new crop of interiors, this carries on the theme with an abundance of familiarity, as the brand wants to avoid changing too many lanes at once on the design side. Every 2024 Honda Prologue is powered by an 85 kilowatt per hour battery with an estimated range of at least 450 kilometers. Actual range figures will be revealed in the coming months closer to production. On a level 2 charge, Honda says the Prologue should return about 48 kilometers in an hour. Bump that up to a level 3 fast charge, which goes up to 155 kilowatts, and Honda says 120 kilometers is returned in approximately 10 minutes. Keep in mind these figures may adjust slightly the closer we get to production. There's a paddle shifter on the left side of the steering wheel that appears to control the various levels of regen braking levels. No official word from Honda yet on what those levels are, or if there's going to be one pedal braking, but there's a little battery sign, and if we know anything from other EVs, that's what that little button does. Every single Honda Prologue in Canada is all-wheel drive. There is no two-wheel drive option. And on the power side, the dual motor setup creates an estimated 288 horsepower and 333 pound-feet of torque, which is absolutely more than enough power in the modern world. Smartly, the Honda Sensing suite of safety systems are standard fare. Deliveries are anticipated for spring 2024, with pricing in Canada expected to start in the mid-$60,000 range. Yes, Honda's a little late to the EV game compared to the competitors, but I'm happy they're here now, and they've got a very ambitious goal of releasing 30 new EVs in the North American market by 2030. And seeing as it's the end of 2023 right now, Honda's going to be firing on all cylinders, or in this case on all battery cells, to be able to meet that goal. If you have any questions on the 2024 Honda Prologue, let us know in the comments. We are always happy to hear from you. Visit our website, which is Driving.ca, for all your news, reviews, and information you can use on EVs and hybrid vehicles. And for Driving.ca, I'm Jay Canna.